Hi everybody, welcome to Hive Reads and welcome to November. So November is also known as NaNoWriMo or National Novel Writing Month. So today I want to share some books and resources for people who are interested in this national challenge really. So it's a challenge to write an entire novel in 30 days. So there is a website, nanowrimo.org, I believe. Yes, .org. If you want to sign up for it, or it's something that you can just try to complete on your own. But basically, it's writing every single day until at the end of the month you have a book. This is, of course, not easy. So it's nice to have a community and it's nice to know who else might be writing along with you. But I know that we do have some writers in some of our patrons are writers, and this might be something that seems like fun. And at the end of the month, I'm going to share some books that we have in our library that were published after NaNoWriMo that authors did actually complete. Or were inspired to write during NaNoWriMo. So again, there's a website if you want to look up more resources about the challenge itself. We also have a video series on our YouTube channel called Storytelling 101. And it's kind of just an intro into what makes a good story. How do I start a story? How do I, create good characters in a setting that people might be interested in? So that's another resource that might be interesting to you. Some books that I have. So this first one is a NaNoWriMo book, you can see on the top there, called Brave the Page. So this is a kind of a schedule for you. So it breaks it up by week. Week 1, here's what we should be starting with. Week 2, week 3, week 4. There are pep talks from young adult authors. So it's kind of like a mentor in a book, basically. Might help you with some inspiration and getting started and really, looking at the logistics of how one might write a book in 30 days. The next one I have is called Find Your Voice by Angie Thomas. So of course she is the author of The Hate You Give and On the Come Up, which are two very popular YA novels that we have. And this is a guided journal. So it has writing exercises and prompts from Thomas herself. And is kind of more of an open-ended figuring out what you might be interested in writing in, and what type of writer you are, finding your voice. Next, I have this really fun one called The Amazing Story Generator. And it's best if I just show you what it is. So we have 3 different sections here. And all you have to do is flip randomly each one. And our writing prompt today is: suddenly able to hear others' thoughts, an injured alien challenges a rival to a duel. So what kind of story would you write if this was your prompt? And I think that this is actually a very interesting one. And of course, if you open it up and you're like, I'm not that into it, you can always flip it until you find something that really does inspire you. But this is just a very fun and a very easy way to kind of get those creative juices flowing. So the Amazing Story Generator. Next, I have Been There, Done That, and this is, it's a bunch of different YA authors. And they all share, it's like short stories, which I read quite often on this channel, but they share a real life event and how that inspired a fictional story of theirs. So you can see kind of behind the scenes and how something that actually did happen to them turns into a story, and how they kind of, maybe they exaggerate certain things, or make it so that it flows a little bit better. The things that need to happen to make what could be just a boring everyday occurrence into a story that people are going to want to read. So this is good if in your writing you are trying to figure out, like, how do I get my own life experiences as a teenager into a book? and you're interested in seeing behind the scenes and how an author really works their craft. And then finally, I have this Grammar Girl Presents Writing Guide. And this is something that would be more for towards the end of the month, towards the end of writing. This is polishing things, making sure you've got sentence structure and punctuation and stuff like that. This is less about the writing itself and more about the editing and revision, but I just do want to highlight it as a book that we have, as a resource that we've got in the library, because it is a little bit more accessible than trying to Google, you know, are my sentences okay, and not always getting the right thing. This is easier to look up what you're actually trying to get at. And Grammar Girl is really good at breaking it down into simple writing. It's understandable. It's very straightforward. So I do want to highlight this as a resource for any writers that we do have. So those are just some books that might help with inspiration, you know, keeping you going. And of course, if you are interested in something like NaNoWriMo or just writing in general, reading is one of the best ways to become a better writer. So keep on reading the books that you're interested in, and add a few more to your list. So happy reading, happy writing, and we will see you next time. Bye.